Hey, you guys, welcome back. It's interesting that I'm doing a video like this. I have 6 train bots from that Japanese takeover of the G1 series of the Transformers. Raiden is what these 6 bots combine into. The first one, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do these videos yet. I'm just kind of winging it, where I'm going to do kind of just what I feel to do. On this one, I'm gonna start with the leader. He's actually called MSO4. He's actually the 4th one in here, but the leader forms the chest, is from what I understand. And to give a little review on who these guys are, these are guys on the Japanese, like I was saying, Japanese continuation of the Transformers. I started watching them, just like 35 or 36 episodes, and I have watched them here and there over the years, but I start watching them more of late, just to try to, as these guys were coming, just try to get myself, in tune with who they are. How I fall in love with characters and like characters is knowing what their personality traits are, what they can do. And this guy is, they kept their Japanese names on all of them. I'm just going to look at this right now. And like I said, I'm going to go in these videos any kind of order. I could throw 3 of them at one time, or maybe the next video might have all of them. I doubt that. But I'm going to try one this time just to talk about him. And he's called Shouki. His name actually means, I think in Japanese, it means sanity, consciousness, true character. He's the leader of all of these trained bots. And they're called, it's funny though, in the first episode of the Headmasters, you see him come out, and they come out of, it might not be just the first episode, but you see them coming out of Fortress Maximus and all that stuff. And they transport, they can fly, they can also run on the railroad tracks as well. And you see them coming down, and you see them called Robot Train. And when they're trying to refill the Matrix, they called that, oh man, I can't think of it right now. I'll try to put it on the screen. They call the Matrix some funny name. And some of the other ones, like Blur, they couldn't use Blur's name, maybe some copyright restrictions. They called him Billy. It's just crazy how the Headmaster show was. I'm like on episode 5 or 6. I have to really get around to watching. I saw one episode ahead of that with 6 Shot, and he was, after he killed Ultra Magnus, they had him with Daniel, and he was on some planet, and he was. But the reason why, getting it off topic, the reason why I like these, and I'm gonna probably have this out, probably cut scenes here and just have this presented before you, is that they look really good. And when I saw just recently TM and some other reviewers putting up, Sony and all of them, they had the Takara ones. Oh my goodness, Emgo had a Takara video out. They look, I guess if it was 6 years ago, I would say they look great. But when I saw these compared, and they're way bigger. These are way bigger. When I saw these, I said, man, these look good. They clean up really nice. They don't have a lot of flapping. But those Takara ones, man, I probably have some pictures on the screen. They are some flappy mess. But I was really excited to get this one out because I really want to see, how they feel. And these are pretty much Zeta, Moon Studios, or their Zeta equivalent or whatever. And, Studio One or Studio C, whatever the ones that did the Unicron, whatever they're called. But either way, we know they all are probably changing their names around to avoid getting in trouble. So I really didn't mean to run this segment long, and it's really been a few days me trying to even do this, because you probably saw a black towel here before, and I had already taken it down because I washed this one. And they have really considerable size to these guys and considerable weight from what I can tell. And it's really good. I had the big box you saw in the intro. They had all these things falling out of it. They're okay to have. I wish they still would give it some more animation. I prefer the animation accurate logos, but they're good backup. I probably, when I sell stuff off, I'm going to try to give a lot of those away. I got way too many of those now. So here, let me get this out, and then I'll cut back. Okay, I'm back. I have got his feet situated. I noticed that on his feet, this is Shouki Moonshine. I was looking at his name a little bit more. He's his name is actually pronounced Shouki, but it's Shouki, and I'll put that on the screen again maybe. And I wanted to know more about these guys. That's why I started watching the Headmaster, and I'm gonna start to stay in order this time. I'm looking at them, and I noticed there's some double hinging in here. There's some differences on this side of the foot comparably to the other side of the foot. So when I had a double hinge, the double hinge worked the same, easier on this side. Very tight tolerances. It does, not as of yet, but I was just concerned a little bit about a breakage or some kind of stretch mark, but nothing happened yet. So hopefully it won't. Kind of rest this other part, this part of the transformation, just rests here on the edge of the foot. And this one's a little different, so I had to make sure I snuck it into a crevice here. These guys are amazing looking. They're amazing looking, man. They're well painted. They're well protected in the pack. You saw in my opening video. They're super well protected. So there's no problem with Moon Studios as far as protecting the stuff they send to you. There's no issue whatsoever. This is really a well protected bot, and this looks like there's a little extra here in the back, but you compare it to Takara, trust me, if you haven't seen Takara's yet, this is okay. This is not bad. I see like it's got the head here, the torso, so I might leave the head protected for now until I transform into train mode. I'm not really concerned about the head. I'll get these flaps, stuff taken off the flaps real quick. Probably the doors and the side of the train, no doubt. And it's getting a little stuck, so I don't want to get... Oh, there we go. Too deep into this. And I don't know if this cleavage here folds up somewhere. Sometimes when it's wrapped in a box, they put things in a box a certain way, but that's not the way it's really supposed to rest. But I'll see as time goes on with this. I'll see where I need to have this. But, really enjoy the look of him. And I'm going to sneak into the feel real quick. The feel of him, Zeta Toys, to me, I'm thinking of him still as Zeta. I don't know why. Somebody can easily correct me if I'm wrong. That's how I'm looking at this guy as a Zeta-based Zeta Studio Cell and Moon Studios. To me, they're similar because when I first felt this, I said, "Yep, that's Zeta," but then it's more. I mean, these are really. I'm even kind of detecting it's such heft here, especially in the torso area. I'm thinking it may be some die-cast parts. I've not watched a lot on these, so I don't know if someone's already mentioned that out there or not. But as far as I'm concerned, definitely some die-cast parts there, so to speak. And he has great weight to him. I love good feeling bots. So what interested me in these is because the market is a little shallow right now. I know we just had another X-Transbot figure come out, and I'm not so sure about that one. I saw an early review on that, and it doesn't even look like it has much ratcheting to it, but it looks nice. It's a cool little flying car. Reminds me of what's that blue guy's name that shoots the smoke stuff? Whatever his name is. Trax. Reminds me of Trax. Here's a gun. Not sure what this is for yet, but I'm sure that when I start transforming them, it looks. I think it's a connector port to other trains. I think it's just kind of parts forming there. We know this is part of the chest piece. That's pretty obvious. I'm sure it's probably can serve as a shield or something else. Looking at if I look deeper into instructions, but so far the hands are even much better than just normal. The Zeta figures I have, like the Superion figures, they're the first run. I hate saying Zeta all the time because I know this is Moon Studios, and but I wonder. There's so much similarities in the plastic feel here and everything. So and the way this gun slides on, that's Zeta's signature slide-ons for guns. So. This is me saying stuff. If it annoys you, I don't mean to annoy you. It just looks and feels like Zeta. I got the hands all twisted wrong now, so I might have to re-put that gun in there again. But either way, it's just I got bored. I said, let me see if I can find some other figures. Gun's not going anywhere. Well placed in there. And let me see how these train bots do. It's kind of cool. They look good. I just started watching videos and I said, you know what? Just a few I saw just motioning to these figures. And I'm like, I have forgotten all about it. I said, let me not forgotten about them, but I have totally put them aside as not getting. But then they start showing, and when I looked into it, I saw the quality here. Quality, it just seemed like it went in the Moon Studios direction. So no mean to be mumbling on here, but that's what I found. So probably get into articulation and size comparisons, but I do want to talk about the series a little bit more. The series was interesting. I mean, I haven't got too deep into it. I'm 5-6 episodes into 35. I have watched seldomly over the years, just some parts here. And I've seen different dubbing. I've seen even some characters sounding like their original characters and some not. Some matter went over to Japan and started shooting the new series with that. I'm seeing some issues here with how some of these parts do move on this bot as well. It seems like it's stuck now, and I got to figure out why that piece down there was in the way. It's supposed to form part of the chest. Oh, so that's where the plastic piece got protected in there a little bit. So I'm gonna have to work with that a little bit more. Find out what's going on with that. Anyway, we'll get to the ratcheting and all that stuff later. But that's what got me in there. But the series was interesting. The headmasters, you saw more of the the Autobots, the Decepticons, a lot of him down there, Chomp. And I have one of those guys coming. The Weird Wolf is coming. You saw a lot of the headmasters riding around with Galvatron. And I thought, in essence, the Headmaster series, I thought they really did show, as far as the design of the characters and even bringing some OG ones that passed away back into life and just act like they never died. I actually saw that some of the animation is really good on the Headmaster show. I was actually surprised. Rodimus looks better on the Headmaster show than he did on G1. And he looks more like the Carrie back there, the DX9 Carrie. The head, they really designed them better. They're just that, the story suffers a bit. Just the way, nothing to put them down. But just the way they do things is just a little different in the way they tell the story. But, I really had to make room for them too, because I got 6 new bots. So I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to get to the articulation, and I'm going to get to whatever I decide to discuss, because this new Headmasters thing was not my thing. So I just thought the show was interesting. So here's guy. Before I get to just testing out the articulation on this guy, what I call the mechanics. And I even noticed, even with this one, these guys, they don't have any American type names. They really, all their names is, as far as I know, is all Japanese based names. This is cool. They took over. They deserve to have names from the culture. This is just, before we get to articulation, also, you see how big he is. He sizes, this is Fans Toy Sludge and Swoop, and he sizes up pretty well. I think Silverbolt does beat him in height. And even Optimus Prime, if I had him down, he probably would beat him a little bit in height. But this guy sizes up with the best of them. He has pretty good size to him. And why they made him so big, the Takara ones, unless they have a lot of parts forming for the base of it, the Takara one is not going to be anywhere near the size of this guy when Raiden forms. I had to take these up to see how the top shoulders worked. It's really tight tolerances. I had to move this out into position because it was folded up here, I guess, or down low. I forgot which way it was folded before I could get those and really move the arms to feel safe. Because a lot of it's tension, and it's really tight tension. So, and this guy has great range on his head. Good range, I should say, not great. It doesn't go like straight up, but you can look up, you can look down, pretty good down, and all the way around. It's on a ball joint, I think. And this guy has tension all the way around, but he has not much of an elbow bend. I think he does have a waist swivel. Yep, and he has a little bit of an ab crunch, a very slight crunch there. And to get the flaps up, now there's the ratchets come in. I like those ratchets. Those always a good, pleasing sound. I think this is spring loaded to where it goes up and down. And of course, you can bring it up here. This is in the way. You can't really move. Yeah, you can move these flaps up individually. Okay, cool. So, pretty good range. Let's see how the Van Damme looks. No true, not just all tension. When I hear those ratchets, it's always a pleasing sound. In the way the tolerances are so tight here, I still feel like I have a quality bot here. So it's like Perceptor, Fans Toys Perceptor. You would think it really does not have a lot of ratchets, but the tolerances are excellent on the movements. So that's pretty much it on this. Yeah, toes. Yeah, okay, you take the whole base here. Yeah, it bends up, and I'm sure this doesn't bend much out because I had to fold a double hinge in here just to get it to this out position. So it's not going too much else. It's just a fold in, and maybe if there's another way, I'm not going to test it right now. So that's it on circulation. We'll get to transformation, see how it looks, and I'm going to see if there's any more comments. If I can't make any more comments, I really want to talk about the headmasters more and how I feel about it. I have to write down some things that I was thinking before and kind of forgot. But when I get this transform, I'll see if I have anything else to say toward headmasters, and I'll save it for the. I got 5 more bots to do, and maybe I don't want to make too much a long series out of it, so I might combine a couple at a time here on out. So we'll see. Let's get this thing transformed up. And I also had to add that I just wanted to just confirm my own point that these guys, this is Zeta's Fireflight, whatever they call them, you know. And you know what, I say this now, I was fine really with Zeta's aerial bots. I mean, I know Fans Toys is trying to finish up their set and it's trying to show images again, but I am fine with Zeta's versions of the aerial bots, really was. They're not Fans Toy Premium, of course, and they are definitely a reminiscence of this. So you can tell even in the guns with Zeta, that Moon Studios is definitely Zeta. These hands grips are identical. So I know some people already know this. They're probably already confirmed with it. I just had to confirm with myself just by checking out some of those weapons placement, and this just to look and feel that these figures are very similar, and the plastic and everything. I think these new ones are better. I think they're made better. So I just wanted to throw that little point out there. All right, you guys. All right, I'm back, and I've transformed this up. Shouki, the leader of the robot train guys, Raiden, and I think I'm gonna save any other comments I have about Raiden and them until following videos. I'm not gonna. I made up my mind. I'm not gonna do a lot of extra videos. A lot of these, I have a feeling, being Zeta-like toys, I'm not gonna do it. A lot of them gonna transform, I think, similar, very similar. If there's any differences, I'll try to make note, but I might only have like maybe 1 or 2 more videos of these. And then combined mode, it's hard to say, but I'm not gonna try to have too many more videos of this. Overall, it does panel former, and they do actually one of the better jobs of panel forming, except when it comes to the part of piecing it. I really had trouble with this nose section, and I just got tired of fighting with it, so I just said I'll just wait until I get better at it. Definitely a panel former, and even some pictures I can put up to where even this nose piece, I'll put up some pictures of it. It's only connected by 2 little, what do you call them? Connection pieces on a little panel here. It's just connected by inside of here, just by this. This is the only thing that connects this whole front part. It can come up. It can come right off. And I really don't like that. I like but you know, overall, it seems like it does pretty good. I'm sure it rolls decently. It's kind of on a curve here. That's kind of cool. It's kind of moving on its own on a curve. Now it's straightened up. So you're on a towel or something, it's going to roll good. I don't think it's these plastic type wheels are going to roll good on a hard surface like my table. But except for this nose part, it came together pretty well. It's really amazing how they did it. I think they're getting better overall. I'm not sure Moonshine is the best example. I have 5 other bots to put together. But I really... you know, it was a little frustrating to see how to put some of the paneling together, but for the most part, I still think the way the bot cleans up is just amazing. So I can forgive some things, and as I get better at, you know, putting it together, and I probably have to put something on this piece in here to make sure it connects better, maybe even some glue, so it won't. It's just nothing. There's a good thing that some parts do pop off. Even this front part right here comes apart just on, you know, that little joint, but it's kind of good they do it like that for these. It's amazing. It's got great weight and everything, but overall I think I'm, you know, I'm not going to be so high on buying more of these. It makes me wonder if they ever do a Predaking, Moon Studios, or Zeta. I guess Zeta's gone, Studio Sale, whatever. If they ever do a Superion, or not a Superion, they already done that. If they ever do say a Predaking, will they? I hope they clean up better than just using panels, like they do on the aerial bots, which I think the aerial bots still overall, they're easier to deal with in some respects than this. But other than that, I think they still did a great job of cleaning up the bot modes. So there's a little comparison here. This is Astral Train. Since I last had him up for my animation. And you can see that he sizes up way bigger than Astral Train. He's a bigger guy. And that's probably the only one I will probably even show as far as comparison why. He's a big boy. This train bot, and they're all big. Oh, so much bigger than the Takara versions. I'm not even sure what Takara was thinking. I don't even want to go there. I'm sure there's other things we can do with these attachments and put them on places on here and stuff, but I'm not going to get into all that. But I know this is a connection piece, and I'm sure this is the front bot, so I'm sure this connects. Yeah. This connection piece here connects back here on this part right here. So I have no doubt that's where it goes. So all the all the trains can connect. I'm not pushing it in good right now, but I'm not going to even go there. It's just some tight tolerances here. Some things I still need to clean up as I mess around with them more when I do. But I think overall I'm pleased. And I do hope if they do any future bots, they do clean up a little better and they connect better. Shouldn't be these disconnecting pieces. It should be not. It shouldn't be as hard as that. To me, I think it's just too difficult. So I'm not going to do too much else. I am going to come back and I'm going to organize these videos to where just for my own entertainment and hopefully for someone else's knowledge. I am going to make them condensed. I'm not going to go through each and every bot by themselves. So we'll see what happens in the future so I can get this big boy combined, and then we'll just see how it matches up with my Predaking down there and maybe Mega Supreme, who knows. And look forward to some other comings of Fans Toys and all these, Fans Toys speaking and all these reveals that happened over this last Toronto. So let's hope that we get some stuff we need some new stuff. We need some different stuff. So this was different. That's why I picked those. So you guys take care. You have a good rest of your week. Be blessed.